Okay, so I'm going to try and hit. There we go, guys. I'll send it to whoever.
Thank you.
Good evening. Good evening. A big welcome to everybody on this amazing call for, it is just good evening because it's good morning for me. But I'm Johnny Demos. I just wanted to pop in and help out today since the lovely Caitlin was preoccupied doing some other stuff. And obviously Dr. Aaron is driving back from Arizona. Just wanted to have an exciting call today. What we're going to start off with is some wins for the week. Let's have a listen. Anybody have any wins? Just raise your hand and away you go. Tiffany.
I don't know. I'm waiting for somebody else to go. Somebody else. Anybody else?
Okay. Any little wins? It could be anything. Anything. Corey, did you almost put your hand up?
I did. I'll talk about anything. I don't mind. I'll break the ice. Hi, everybody. I'm Corey Maui. My win this week was I got to do a little mindset reset for Caitlin and our team and just give them the vision that they never should be at all shy about sharing this. If you are not sharing this with your friends, you're doing them a disservice. So really giving everybody a chance to think about, like, don't be shy. If somebody hadn't shared this with me, then my financial future would be completely different. So who am I to say that I shouldn't share this with my friends? So, because I had a few people message me like, oh, I don't know if I want to share the opportunity. I'm like, you got to share the opportunity. Your friends will thank you. I promise you they will. So that was a big win for me. And then, of course, I've invited a whole bunch of people to the sneak peek. I'm working on a global level right now. So just kind of juggling time zones like I know you do, Johnny. And it's just been a great week. So very excited.
Well done, Corey. Yeah, I must admit, the time zones can be a challenge. I was up till 3 a.m. last night on a call, but sometimes you get to show up. Anybody else for a little win, big win, tiny win? Dr. Jimmy, welcome to the family, by the way.
Hey, brother, what's up? So, everybody, I'm Dr. Jim Emerson. I'm an emergency room physician in Ohio and Johnny's new best friend. And so I just got in actually this week. Johnny, he found me as somebody he might know. So that's another thing, guys, on Facebook and stuff. I popped into his, you should know this person or whatever, because we had a lot of friends in common, and he sent me a message and it resonated with me. So I got in and I signed up my wife and my daughter. And then I have two more people in the, like in my queue or whatever, that hopefully are going to join tomorrow. So
fantastic, buddy. Fantastic. Thanks for sharing and welcome. Very excited. Anybody else for a little win? Tony.
Yeah, I'm just like Dr. Jim there. I just joined up Monday. I'm a book author. I've got 5 books out. I'm a healing minister. I'm a podcaster. I'm a YouTuber. And I'm excited about this journey I'm going to take with LiveGood.
That's fantastic, Tony. Welcome to the team. Wow, you're juggling, spinning a few plates. That's fantastic. Good on you. Anybody else wants to share a little win? Nothing else? April.
Oh, come on, April. I know you got something.
No, false start. That's all right. I don't have. Are there any? Actually, I was going to say I've got a little bit of a win. I'm just a little bit of an announcement. Probably from next week, I'm going to pick the day, and I'll let you all know. I'm going to start doing some opportunity Zooms. It's time for Johnny to do some stuff. I haven't needed to so far because I've had Zooms above, Zooms below. Dr. Aaron's had her stuff that's been rocking the internet. So to be honest, I haven't needed to, but I decided that if I'm going to really fire up, especially some of my American legs, not you guys are fantastic, but I've got some other stuff going on. It's time, and that's something that everybody can plug into, and it's going to be fire. Okay, so every week there's an opportunity Zoom. I'm catering to the US market, and which will be 10 a.m. probably here. It'll probably be 8 p.m. Eastern time. That sound okay for you guys? That's not too bad, 8 p.m. So you can plug your people in anytime. At least you know, okay, opportunity Zoom, straight to Johnny's. And then if, Dr. Aaron or anybody else wants to start some of those again, that's fine. But I'm doing that every single week. I'll start off with one, maybe two. I'll see how I go. But so there you go. Some exciting news. It'll be fire. At least you know that if you've got some prospects, you can get them along to a Zoom and leave them to me to turn things a little bit upside down upstairs. All right. So, but that's it. Anything else that we needed to chat about before I bring on our guest speaker? All right. Well, I am excited to introduce our next speaker tonight. She's a single mother to her little, I call it little man, Ethan, because I love the phrase little man. She's been involved in network marketing for the last 8 years. I know that we've said this before, but it's so true. But if you looked up the words persistence and resilience in the dictionary, you'd see that little pretty face pop up. But she's been involved in LiveGood for a little over a month, and has already ranked up twice, something which took her 3 years to do in her previous company. Her story is simply one of those inspirational ones to all who know her, a story of a single mother who defied all the expectations and the odds and is smashing her network marketing journey and is creating something amazing for her little man and for herself. And I would like to welcome you, Tiffany. Take it away, Tiff.
Thank you. All right, guys. Hello. Okay, so I'm so excited to be here with you guys tonight. Thank you, Johnny, for all of that. My little guy, you guys, not so little. He's 16. Although when I look at him, I still think that he's, I think he's like 4 or 5. I think we all do that with our kids, right? I have been here with LiveGood now. It hasn't even been a full 60 days, which is wild to me, because it feels like, to me, like this is the space I've been meant to be in for forever. And it feels like I've been here forever. So it's bananas. So it'll literally be 2 months on, let's see, September 10th. September, July, August, September 10th. So that's crazy. I've been in network marketing for 8 years. Before LiveGood, I was with a company for 5 years. And before that, I was with a company for 3 years. So I haven't done a whole lot of, if you guys have your mics on, if you could mute them, that would be awesome. I haven't been in a ton of companies, but I've been in a lot of spaces where there's been a lot of focused, driven work for the period of time that I was in there. So tonight, you guys, I'm really excited to discuss a concept that I think is pivotal in personal growth and project management, overall success, really in just about anything that you're doing. And what that topic is creating momentum, okay? So I'm sure all of us have heard at different points about momentum. We've heard about momentum when something is popping off, when a new company launches, things like that, right? Especially here with LiveGood, since we're still kind of in this genesis stage, this is a really great space for momentum. But I want to dig a little deeper on it, okay? So momentum is more than just a physical force. It's a psychological and strategic force that literally will propel us forward towards our goals. Okay. And like I said, I want to go a little bit deeper on this. Okay. Now, some of the people on this call might know me. A lot of you do not. So you get to learn something about me right now that not everybody knows, but I am totally the girl who likes to dig deep on things. I like to pull them apart and look at the meaning of things. It's just one of my favorite things to do. So before we discuss momentum, I want to talk about how we even get there. And the reason why I want to talk about how we even get to the idea of momentum and what does that mean and how do I harness it? The reason why I want to talk about how we get there is because when you are part of something that is taking off, there's a lot of excitement around it. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes things can start to become a little mechanical, right? Because you can see all of the things that you need to do every day. And sometimes you can get lost in the mechanics of it, right? So that's why we're going to dive deep on these things tonight. So momentum for you guys, scientifically, I'm also a big science geek, love science stuff, quantum physics, all that. It's my favorite thing. So scientifically, momentum is the quantity of motion an object has. So it's the product of an object's mass and its velocity. Okay, so in a broader sense, because I know that's what does that mean, right? Momentum is the consistent and progressive movement or progress in a particular direction. So I'm headed this way, right? The speed, all of the oomph that gets you there, that's the momentum, all right? It's what keeps something moving, or once it has overcome its initial inertia, so its initial driving force, all right? Now this is where what I really want to talk about comes in, you guys. This is where impetus comes in. So what is impetus? Well, impetus refers to the force or energy that initiates or stimulates an action or movement, okay? So it's often the initial push or motivation that sets things into motion, that first push on the ball, okay? That first spark, that first match that's lit, all right? Now, in the context of momentum, impetus, like I said, is gets the ball rolling. I want to say that again. I just want you guys to hear that, okay? Impetus, I want you to remember this word. Impetus is the spark that propels an object from a state of rest, so completely still, into motion, okay? Now, I want you to hold on to your butts, okay? Hold on to your butts, buckle up. Are you ready? Okay, because here we go. Now, I'm sure that for most of us here, with what we have and what we're doing with this company, we would easily make the leap and assume that LiveGood and all that it entails is the impetus for the momentum for what we go out and are doing every day, right? We know what we have here, right? That's not lost on anybody. We have this amazing opportunity, this incredible company. It really honestly does give people a chance to decide how the next chapter is going to be written. So it would seem logical that that would be like the impetus for us, right? That would be the push on the ball, right? That gets us to move into action, that gets us to gain speed, all of it, right? Seems like it. I want you to take a second and I want you to think about where you were before all of this happened. I want you to think about what you were doing before this space, before you even knew this space existed. Hold on, sorry guys.
Sorry, Tiff. Sorry to interrupt.
What's up?
Sorry to interrupt you. Seriously, just if you want to give me a host, I'll sort out the. So please mute your lines, guys. Benton.
Yeah, hold on.
Put these towels up, please.
There you go. Okay, I think we're good, guys. Ready? Okay, here we go. Okay, so I want you to take a second and think about where you were before all of this happened, okay? Before you found this space, before whomever it was that shared this with you did, okay? Just sit in that for a second. And if you can, in the chat, I'd love you to drop just like a word or maybe 2 words about where you were. Were you with another probably with another company? Maybe not, I don't know. But where were you? What were you doing? Overwhelmed, yeah, ooh, that one, okay. Where were you guys before you found this? With a different company? Mm-hmm. Yep. Same. Anyone else? Oh, I love that one. Searching, stuck. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I love those. Okay, well, I want to share with you guys a little bit about where I was. So for me, I was just coming out of the other side of having left a company I had been with for 5 years. Okay. A space that at one time in my life, at least for me, I had loved from my depths. I believed in this space. I had poured myself into it, you guys, for 5 years deeply, like this day in and day out. This was not, I mean, I woke up with my phone in my hand. I went to sleep with my phone in my hand. Like I was committed to this. But in the months leading up to my departure from there, I had started to see some cracks in the foundation, if you will. Now, all along, there had been these little knowings and nudges, if you will, that were prompting me to look a little deeper. And in the months leading up to my leaving, that's exactly what I did. And what I found was that what I had thought had been one thing had actually been something completely different all along. I don't know if anyone else has ever been there before, but the amount of work that I had done and the effort that I had put in over and over and over again was only ever going to lead me back to the same place that I started at. And that broke my heart. This was 5 years of my life, right? And I think the thing for me was that it wasn't just that I had put these 5 years in, right? I hadn't just done this by myself. My son, like I told you guys, is 16. I've been a single mom his entire life, ever since he was born. It's just been me and him. So I didn't go down this 5-year path by myself. I took my son with me, right? And I felt massively broken over that. I mean, sure, we had made it work, right? By and by. I think at one point I was probably working 3 jobs while I was also doing this, right? And I was like totally buying into the dream. Like, if I just keep working, if I just keep one more day, if I just keep going, one more week, one more month, one more year, right? If I just keep going. So we were making it, like we were getting by and by, but at the end of the day, had to ask myself, what was the cost? Those were 5 years, 5. And when I started that, my son was 10. He was 10. He was 15 when I left. Those are pivotal years, right? In your kids' lives, and those moments you do not get back. And for me, that was crushing. I remember being in a space where I literally came out and I screamed. You guys, like I screamed out to the universe from the porch steps of my home. And I just remember saying, there has to be something more than this. Because if this is as good as it gets, I don't know. Like that was awful, right? I just knew that there had to be something more. There had to be something where I could put my time in, where there actually was some kind of return for the effort that I was putting in, where I could actually build what I wanted for my son and myself. I mean, it seemed absolutely preposterous that I had put in all this time and I was still at square one. How did that happen? I would get a little forward and then I'd be right back there, get a little forward and be right back there, right? So in those moments when I left, I decided, I was like, I know what I can never, ever, ever allow again. These things can never be a part of my world again, because I will never lose that time. I will never do that. I will never drag him down that road with me like I did this time, right? But I had absolutely no idea where or from what a space would appear the thing that would encompass all of the things that I did want. I didn't know where it was going to come from. All I knew was what I didn't want and what I did. That was it. That was enough for me. I was like, somehow, some way, this is going to show up. So I chose to hold on tight to those things, the things I knew I wanted, and to remain open to whatever showed up. I was very, very clear on what I wanted to create for my son and myself. And I knew, again, what would never be a part of my life again, what I would never tolerate again. You guys, that moment was my impetus. That was my impetus. That was my spark, my push on the ball, if you will. I hope you see where I'm going with this. I don't know what yours was. I don't know. We've all had our own, right? But whatever yours was, your spark, your push on the ball, your I can't do this anymore, whatever that was, that is your drive and your momentum here. Remember, momentum is the consistent and progressive movement or progress in a particular direction, okay? Moving forward. It's what keeps an object moving once it's overcome its initial inertia, which was provided by what? The impetus, that push on the ball. So I had my impetus, right? I will never, it has to be better than this. It can't be like this anymore. That was mine. And you had yours. You have yours. And then this space that we're all in, all of us on this call, all of us who will see this later, this showed up in all of our lives. One by one by one, it visited each and every single one of us here. And all of those things I said I didn't want, they don't exist here. All of the things I said I did want, they do. And not just a couple of them, you guys, all of them. They all exist here. And it is the fact that they exist here that I asked, how I screamed for them. I sent out an energetic white flag out into the field, right? I give up. But something show up, because I cannot do this. That feeling pulls me out of my bed each and every day to loudly connect and share this with as many people as a day will allow me to. Because here's the thing, guys, this is not about connecting to the harder parts of your story or the challenging parts because you want to live there. That's not it at all. It's about connecting to them to remember what you asked for, right? And to be able to stand in gratitude for what has shown up. Because when you are able to stand in that place of gratitude, when you let that ball push, right? When you remember that, that you did, when you let that move you, you realize, oh my God, I asked for this, and here it is. Then you realize that there are infinite amounts of people out there right now who, just like you, are literally pushing their ball. Right now, right this second, hundreds, thousands are out there pushing their ball. They're lighting their spark. And they don't know where the thing they are looking for is going to come from. They have no idea. Just like you and just like me, they know what they will never, ever, ever do again. They know what the things are that they just can't. It's too much. But they don't know where the space is and where the things are that they are screaming out for. But you do. You know where it is. Because just like everyone else on this call, you found it. And now it's your turn to go and find and tell the others. And sure, look, listen, I've been doing this long enough that it's no surprise, no matter where you are or where you're moving from, that there will be plenty of folks out there who haven't pushed their ball yet. They haven't lit their spark. They haven't had their impetus moment, okay? They aren't ready. They are not ready. And you're going to come across a lot of them, a sea of them, okay? Had this existed 2 years ago and had someone come to me and attempted to tell me about this, I would never have heard them. Not one word. Nothing would have gotten through to me. I was just, this is what I'm doing, right? I wasn't there yet. I hadn't pushed my ball. I hadn't lit my spark. There are many, many people out there like that, but I'm going to let you in on a little secret. For every one person who hasn't yet, there are 20 who have, and they're looking for you. In this time that we're living in right now, you guys, so many people are looking for something, anything that can help them. No one's asking for the moon. They're not asking for a castle on the on the hill or anything like that. They just want to be able to pay their rent or their mortgage, have groceries in their house, pay their other bills. They just want to be able to actually start living and saving rather than just circling the drain, right? And y'all, these people are tired of the razzle dazzle that's been sold to them by other places over and over and over again. When this was shared with me back in July, it was shared with me on July 10th. I will never forget it. And the reason why I will never forget it is because the minute that I watched the tour, oh, this might make me emotional, you guys. The minute that I watched the tour, with literally as soon as I hit like sign up, right, enroll, I got on my phone and I literally ran, like, in whatever way you want to like describe it, right, to 3 people that I knew that I was like, oh my gosh, you need to see this right now. 3. I was like, get it. 1, 2, 3, eyes on me. Drop whatever you're doing. I don't care. I don't care if you're in the middle of a parking lot. I don't care where you are. You need to see this right now. 1, 2, 3, eyes on me. Why did I do that? Because I knew that they had been praying for this. And I wanted to share a little bit about 2 of those people with you tonight. At least 2, maybe 3, we'll see. One of the girls on my team, her name's Sherry, and we know each other from another network marketing company that we were in together. And it was absolutely one of those razzle dazzle situations, guys. Nothing worked. You can't plan what, like, it was a lot. I don't even need to get into it. I think we're on the same page. I think we get it. But not that long ago, Sherry and her husband, one of their children, Nevin, started experiencing some really wild, ridiculous health problems. It started with seizures, and the seizures then led to one thing after another, to the point now where Sherry has actually had to completely stop working outside of the home, pull Nevin out of school. She has to stay home and take care of him and homeschool him, because he is at a place right now where he's not able to even be in regular school. This sweet friend of mine and her family have gone to children's hospitals after children's hospitals, seen doctors after doctors after doctors, and nobody can give them an answer for what is going on with their son. All they know is something's wrong, but they can't figure it out, right? And so Sherry, I immediately shared this with her because I knew that she had sent out her call. She had sent out her impetus, and I didn't know that this was going to be the thing that showed up for her. I didn't know it's going to be the thing that showed up for me. But through this space, we are working to create enough financial stability for her family so that they can take Nevin to Europe, so that he can be seen by better doctors and they can actually get the diagnosis for him that's going to heal him. That's what's happening. That's the kind of stuff that's happening here. I have another friend, one of the girls I messaged immediately. Her name's Gina. And she and I were also in another network marketing company together. Gina has had some ridiculously crazy personal health issues go on. And she knew that a lot of the like supplementation and things like that exist in this realm of network marketing is incredible, right? The products are amazing, but the cost was killing her because she was having to go to all these doctor's appointments. She had some heart issues going on. I mean, it was a little scary, you guys. And she couldn't continue to pay all of this money for all of these products that were helping her, but she couldn't do it anymore. Right. So I immediately got on the phone. Oh my God, look at me. 1, 2, 3, eyes on me. I need you to see this right now. Because not only did I know that what was here product wise was going to save her a bunch of money, but I also knew that the way the space was set up, what she was going to be able to do for herself here and her family, and how she was going to be able to unlock herself financially was huge. I have another woman on my team that just joined about a week ago. Her name's Deborah. And literally, you guys, on her Facebook wall, her like caption on her Facebook wall literally says, a single mama raising 2 kids. Was it a single mama raising 2 kids on a shoestring budget tied up in prayers? You guys, these are the people that are out there. They are out there and they are pushing their balls. They are lighting their sparks and they're waiting. There's a whole sea of them being lit right now, every single second, more and more by the minute. And again, for every one that isn't ready, there are 20 that are. And with what we have here at LiveGood, it's not just about the company itself, all right? It's about what it represents, what it means at its core. because it's flipped all of the wrongs and it's righting all of the ships, right? That is what you have your hands on. It's the direction that all of those balls out there are literally being thrown, you guys, all of them. So tonight, like we've been talking about, I really just wanted to take this time to sit with you guys for a minute and have you remember where you were, what you were doing, where you might be. I think this one's really important. If this had never shown up, right? Where would you be? Would you be hitting your head against a wall still? Would you be still sitting on your porch steps like me, being like, something's got to give? You know, whatever it was for you, whatever that thing is, I don't know what it is. I don't know when it happened. I don't know what it was, but I know you're here because it happened. That is your impetus, and that is your spark. And now, you guys, it is time to go and tell the others. And if you can stay connected to that, okay, don't live there, right? We don't want to live in the energy of like, oh, that was really, it sucked. That was really hard. That's not what we're connecting to. We're connecting to the moment when you were like, it must be better than this. It has to get better than this. And then it did. Because if you can stay connected to that, and in that place of gratitude for realizing every day what you have in your hands and what you get to walk out there with, then it's not going to matter who says no to you. It's not going to matter if you have to talk to 50 people or 500 in one day. It's not going to matter, because what you're going to know in your bones, right? And this is what I know in mine, is that there is the sea of all of the sparks, and they are waiting. And it is my job to go out there and find them, just like somebody found me. There's this really great quote I wanted to share with you guys that I love. I had to actually, I'm not going to lie, I had to look it up tonight because I remembered part of it, but I didn't remember the whole thing. And what the quote is by Winston Churchill. And he said, where there is great power, there is great responsibility. Where there is less power, there is less responsibility. And where there is no power, there can, I think, be no responsibility. We have an incredibly powerful space here. Somebody was responsible enough with it to bring it to you. And so I want you to hold on to whatever your impetus is, whatever that thing was. Remember it. Remember that there's hundreds, thousands out there right now who are in the shoes that you were in then, and they are waiting for you. Let that be your momentum, because as long as it is, you will not slow down for a second. And that's all I have. That's it, guys. That is all I have for you tonight. Thank you so much for being here. I don't know if anybody else needs to say anything. You guys are so welcome. And that's it. So go.
That was great, Tiffany. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And seriously, this journey is a battle with your mindset. That's what it always has been. Anything that's difficult is going to, anything that's worthwhile. You know, imagine building a great business in network marketing with LiveGood. Imagine that. Who said it's going to be easy? Just because it's a $10 program, it's easy? No, it's an easier conversation, and one that I've never had before. I mean, I was nearly out of the industry, you know, only because I'd had enough. I was burnt out, you know, meetings and whatever, and people dropping out. And I think it was just not being able to look someone in the eye and say, genuinely, come with me on this journey. Let me change the direction of, you know, for you and your family. Let me help you do that. Grab my hand, and pay $1,000 to get involved. Pay you $200 a month to keep qualified. And then every month, you know what, I'm going to be on the phone trying to message everybody, screaming, saying, please place an order, place an order. That, regardless of whatever success that, I might have experienced, and it was okay. I never set the world on fire. And I think that was probably because, again, I battled with my mindset for so long. I had a couple of successes, and then I had teams disappear, big leaders leave and take teams, and then others that wouldn't. I'd look down and think, is anybody going to order anything this month?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Even in my last company, same thing. It was in the travel space, same thing. People got excited at the start. It was huge volumes and excitement, and then a couple of months later, there was no volume, and I'm thinking, where did everybody go? And
Mhm.
that was just not fun anymore. It just wasn't. So I seriously had enough. But not only that, prior to that, because there were a couple of things that went bad, I kept telling myself, well, firstly, this ain't going to work. If it's that easy for it to fall apart, how is this going to work for me? So I was battling with the voices in my head every day. I would get up and think, oh, I've got to go prospect some more people. And all I'm doing is I'm just filling up those. I had a bucket that had a hole in it, and I'm just continuously doing that. I thought, this is not fun. It's not fun at all. But and I think it was the other thing as well of you've got to believe. You have to believe that it's going to work for you. And you've got to get out of the past. Just because you had one or two failures in the past, which I did. Somebody said to me a couple of days ago, wow, well done, Johnny. You got to platinum. Wow, man, it must be easy for you. How is it easy for me? I've reached out to like 50, 60 people a day because I didn't have a warm market, right? Why my warm market loved me because I'm always the friendly, loud one, whatever. But when it came to these online opportunities, they'd seen me jump from one to another every now and again.
Mhm.
They'd seen me burn them on some crypto programs and things like that. So I had none of that. I had to bust my chops just to get to where I was today, right? But it's the easiest conversation that I've ever had in my life. And like I've said before, when this gets under your skin and you truly believe without a doubt that this is what I'm doing, there's nothing that anybody can do to rock me. And I get things thrown at me every day, even responses to my messages. I'll look at yours if you look at mine. Never will I say yes to looking at anybody else's. I would rather say, listen, Tiff, total respect, but you know what? I'm in my lane. I'm building to the top. I'm so focused. And if it means that we have to exchange stuff, no, stay where you are. Good luck to you. But it's absolutely a mindset. And it took a membership club to sway me to jump back in again when I just about let it all go. And this thing is, I don't think anybody understands in such an early stage in our LiveGood journey how massive this compensation plan is, because we look at it and we think $10 a month. How much is that going to pay? Seriously, $25, 25 cents, really? The matching pay, the generational pay is infinite. You might get paid on your matrix 15 levels down, but the matching pay, you get paid on everybody else's matrix and match your people and their people and their people and their people to infinity. No one does that. And the only time that you can see that is once you push through. If you can push through the first 100 meters of this race, it's not a race, it's a marathon anyway, but if you get through that first 100 meters, get through the bronze, get the family, get the couple of people, oh my God, I lost one, get through to the second one, oh my God, I lost them. Well, what are they doing? They're not doing much. Why aren't they doing much? It's a $10 program. If you can get past that and get to silver and then get to gold, gold is the key. Gold is where things start to happen. You've got a team of 100. You start to believe that, oh my God, this is actually happening for the first time. And you just push from there. You plug in, seriously, nonstop, and everything changes. And then, of course, when you get to platinum, the mindset becomes totally rock solid. So I stopped recruiting hard because I realized the pain that I went through between starting and getting to gold, how hard it was, the messaging and the messages. And I've sent out 50 and nobody's responded. I've sent out 60 and I've had one response, and that response was, really? You're sending me a message like this? So it played with my head, but I pushed through, and I decided that I'm going to help my people, get through that. Seriously, that's my goal. But anyway, I just wanted to share a couple of little things because I love it. I'm passionate about it, and it's all about helping my team. But anybody else want to share something today? Tiffany, that was amazing. Thank you so much. As always, I can listen to you all day. But anybody else want to share anything or any questions or anything like that before we close it off? Anything? Not. Tiffany, did you have any Corey, did you have something to say? No. Well,
no, it was just all great. It was so great. So good job, Tiffany. It was amazing. Thank you. So inspirational.
Thank you.
And Johnny too.
Absolutely. No, that was
you know.
Really great. No, whatever. I just put in my 10 cents worth. It's all Tiff. But guys, thank you.
Very inspirational. I enjoyed every minute of it.
Thanks, buddy.
You're welcome.
Good on you. But guys, thank you so much for I'm getting messages nonstop. Leave me alone. But thanks so much for everything tonight. Thanks for coming. Dr. Jimmy, thanks for recording. Tiff, thanks for everything as always. And you guys rock. I love you all. If you ever need anything, reach out to me. I'm happy to I'm there to help my people now. That's it. All right. So have a beautiful night, and
Bye, guys.
see same time, same place next week. See you here.
Bye.